Welcome, hockey fans. Welcome to Marlborough, Massachusetts, New England Hockey Center for the continuation of Day 2 JWHL Women's Hockey here at NESC. Tonight's game pits the home Washington Pride wearing the white sweaters with the visiting Chicago Young Americans with the blue tops and red and white trim. We're just about winding down on the warm-ups, and we should begin the game shortly. At U16, we're playing 17-minute periods with a break between second and third to review the ice. I'm Jerry Beekman for the JWHL, and we'll try to bring things to you as quickly as we can along the way. We're stuck at one end of the arena. It's a little tough seeing the far end, but we'll do the best we can. We've got Sam on the camera today. Teams are around their respective creases, and we'll go to the bench and we'll report on starting goaltenders as soon as we're made aware. We're not privy to pregame lineups or anything, so we'll kind of play with it as we go. Teams are at their benches, and we should be out any second now. I will also caution you that we have a very poor view of the clock. We're only able to see the bottom half of the game time from our vantage point, so we will do the best we can on that as well. Still in all, we hope you enjoy the streaming of the game, and we'll do our best to bring it to you. Allison Toth gets the job between the pipes for Washington, and Jill Hurdle will be there for the Young Americans. Facing off out front, Megan Byram for Washington and Anya Weiland for Chicago, knocked in by Rakowski. Pinned against the wall, around to the near side. Back out to Ridge at the point, sent on. Face off to Toth's left. Check that right as I lean over to see the face-off circle. No control yet. Chicago throws it by the net. Breaking out was Vivi Rowan, but it's taken away there by McCoo. She'll put it on net. And we'll have the face-off to Toth's left. Toth was a recent goaltender of the week for the U-16 group within the JWHL. Back to the point, sent in along towards around behind. McCoo was there, but now it's taken by Washington. Masconis picks it up, she'll look forward to Weiland. Weiland skates past Dahoud and gains the zone off the pads of the goaltender Toth. Puck comes to the near side boards. Puck in the far corner. Rakowski. She'll turn back. Drop the puck behind. Got back by McCoo. Slips through out front, taken there by Dahoud. Dahuth pass skips by the stick of Langbacker. Simon picks it up. A long stretch pass. Shot went wide. Puck stuck just inside the Washington blue line. And we'll have a face-off. Devine will face off for Chicago. She'll move it by Mahler. Moves out through the neutral zone. Grabowski tries to send it back out. It's stopped there by Madison Cody. Back out to the point. Blocked off by Devine, but it's turned back in and behind Simon. Penalty coming up. High stick on Sophia Simon. She'll sit for two. Face off back in the zone to Hurdle's left. Byram will face off with Maku. Langbacker sends it to the boards. Now Byram back to the point. Back to Byram, top of the face-off circle. She'll fire it, goes off of Ridge and up out of play into the netting, and we'll have another face-off. Pulled back, Ridge will pick it up behind. She gets pushed off by Langbacker. Byram skates it around. Out to the far point. She'll slide it across to Langbacker, goes by her. Ridge picks it up, flips it up the near boards. Maku takes a slap at it. Maku gets it out to the neutral zone. She had help there by Poulos. Puck comes in on the far side. Dropped off, shot wide. The shot from Vivi Rowan. Taken and turned around by Dahuth. Flipped out. Gillespie picks it up right outside her blue line. She'll feed her forward, but can't get it by Maku. Maku get a step in the zone. Now she'll pick it up. Looking for the pass. It's stripped off her. And set down as Washington breaks out. The long diagonal pass to Ralph. She'll take a step in, has it knocked off her stick out front. Picked up there by Rowan. Back. Bounce off Rowan. Shot, weak shot in. Can't be redirected out front. Goes to the corner. Hattie Carr in the corner pressuring. Puck out front again as we're down to the final 5 seconds of the penalty. And the PK has worked for the young Americans as Megan Byron comes flying into the zone. She'll drop it. Ralph out to the point. Slipped through, but they're off Kerber. Now flipped out to Riley Nelson. Nelson breaks away. She'll have it knocked off her stick. She'll turn. Nice pass out front for the shot. Another opportunity there. Weiland Puck just went wide. Chicago picks it up behind. Millen's in the corner. Masconis with a shot through. Deflected to the sideboards. Caught up in Logan Yamaguchi's feet, now free. Slapped back at by Allison Lenny, and it'll trickle behind. Byram was there, but looks like Johnson got a stick on it. Slapped that in front. Slips to the far corner. Out to the point. Masconis along the boards, back to the half wall. Turn and fire, puck loose. Off the leg of the defenseman, Masconis. She feeds it forward to Simon on board. Puck skips out on the stick of Simon now. She'll bounce it off the board, taken in now by number 24, Maria Solis. Kept in at the blue line by Tingley, but knocked that back out and going down the other way is Chicago. Ridge calling for it at the point. Come back to her. She'll slide it halfway down, now around behind. Sarich is there for Washington. Pops right through. To the far corner. Out front, the shot. Washington having a hard time moving out of that zone. We'll have a face-off now. Sorry, we can't see the scorer's box or anything from our vantage point here. It makes it difficult to keep ahead of what's going on. We have it. Neutral zone face-off. Kerber out for Chicago. Take it from Muller. It's top in on the far point by Addie Carr. Slides around behind. Set in by Rakowski. Puck trips down to Masconis. She'll pick it up and send it across. Now she'll take it back. Up off the ball. It's beyond Kerber, and it's picked off by Washington. Slips back in, picked up there by Rakowski. Masconis. McCoo chasing. She's got Scaboto with her. She's got Scaboto beat. She'll take it behind out to her point. It slips through out into the neutral zone, and Chicago must tag up. North Scaboto back to pick it up for Washington. She has it knocked away. Schuler moves it out of the slot towards the boards. Sheila will send it around. Past Scavoto. It's kept in and centered by Ridge. As Washington breaks out, finally, out of the zone. Ridge will take it back. There's an O'Shaughnessy on the defensive pairing. Off the net and in. First blood drawn here by Chicago. Anya Weiland, number 11, gets credit on the first score. Face off at center, pulled back to Chicago. Back beyond Johnson. She'll feed back now. Ridge. Ridge with it, flips it up. Too far for Carvignini. Back in O'Shaughnessy across the Ridge. Ridge will put that off the far boards. Carvignini there. She'll go in off sides. They've got to tag up. She doesn't know it. Now she's getting the message and comes back as the puck comes out. On the pride stick. Getting the zone is Caitlin Dahu. She has it knocked off her stick. Langbacker with it. She'll cut through two. Calhoun with it. Knocked across, kept in by Langbacker. Langbacker with the shot. Gloved and held onto by Hurdle. Face off to Hurdle's left. Gerber has to leave the face-off circle. Byram remains. In comes Casey Godfrey. Godfrey will pull it back. Simon behind. She'll flip it along to Carr. Carr up to Godfrey. Godfrey sends it back, but it's taken by Sarich. Kerber off the glass. She'll poke it back into the zone. Across to Simon on the near side. Diagonal pass right outside the blue line. Nice position. Look around behind. So they made puck pops out. Vivi Rowan with it. She'll try to send it beyond Simon. She'll grab it and send it back across to Carr. Carr sends it down. Centering pass. Byram has it. She'll turn back, go behind her net to the near side. On the give and go, she'll take it, but it's taken off her stick by Godfrey, and we got a penalty coming up. And this time it's Godfrey going for two. Number 25, number 39, Godfrey. Byram and Rakowski on the face-off. Wanted to stick at Meskonis, but it's taken away there by Langbacker. McCoo knocks it out. Beyond Gillespie, McCoo picks it up. She'll slide across. Rakowski was looking for it and shot on and held on to by Allison Toth. So we're down to a minute 46 on the penalty. Brought back to Ridge. Behind to Gillespie. She'll send it across, and the breakout begins for Washington, but the puck travels too far for Craven. Now behind Masconis. She'll lose it off her stick. She'll have it taken away. Craven pushes it towards the net, and Hurdle sprawls out and covers it up to get the face-off. 1:13 remaining on the penalty. Byram and Devine on the faceoff. Devine slips it through Byram's legs. Byram still has control. Give and go. She's too deep for it to work. Carr on her. Carr keeps Washington wide as we're down to 53 seconds remaining on the power play. Into Vivi Rowan. Her possession was taken away as the puck was moved towards the sideboards. Lebowski throws up the boards. It's kept in about 3/4 of the way up. And still in possession of Washington. Back out Yamaguchi. She'll tuck it to the far boards to Ralph. Ralph off the boards. It's taken there and sent down by Simon. As we're down to 5 seconds, and just about 2.5 minutes remaining on the game clock. Simon shoves it to the near wall. Penalty coming up as Hurdle sprints to the bench. And that looks to be Vivi Rowan on the tripping penalty. So for essentially the remainder of this period, Chicago will remain on the power play. Weiland out to face off for Chicago. D-to-D pass. Now back. Teed up. No shot. Step in. Grabowski with the shot. Puck moved around. At the half boards. Let's see if it goes back. Nope. We'll go for the shot. Finally, Washington manages to clear the zone. Thrown down, gets beyond Carr. She'll go back to pick it up. With about 1:10 left on the clock. She is pursued by McLaughlin, who went down. Kept in at the point. McCool will send it back along. Rakowski takes it in the corner. She's pinned there by Schuler. Makes her way towards the net. 30 seconds remain in the period. A one-timer from Simon. Doesn't make it through traffic, but somebody's hurting. Muskowski had it pinned now. It's thrown the length of the ice as time expires. So at the end of one, Chicago leads Washington by a score of 1-0 on the goal by Anya Weiland. And we'll take a short break and be back for period 2. As the teams come out for the second period, Chicago has the lead by 1. Solis and Kerber will be on the face-off. Kerber for Chicago, Solis for Washington as we set up to drop the puck. Puck's dropped. Kerber pulls it back. Too far for Johnson. Picked up by Sarich. Taken away by Kerber. Flipped through out to the point. Slips over and Simon recovers it just outside the blue line. Kerber back. We'll send it across. Simon steps up to pick it up. Solis gets in the way. She'll take it, but Johnson pushes along. Johnson manages to get it in the zone. She'll take a couple steps towards the net and throw it. It goes off of Sarich. She gets pulled down in the corner, and it looks like Hannah Tingley will, as Tingley tripped up Johnson. And we'll have the face-off to the right of Allison Toth. Lizzie Muller in to take that face-off against Jenna Rakowski. Controlled off the face-off. Yamaguchi sends it down. Ridgeback to pick it up as Toth sprints back to her crease. Out comes Chicago. Wraparound McCoo will send it out to the point. Sent through off Rakowski. Little change of direction there. Toth was on market on that one. Ridge takes the shot. Out of the glove, Rakowski. And we have matching penalties on Simon and Kaylee McLaughlin. Not sure what the call is, but both are going. So we'll have matching and we'll still be playing 5-on-4. Face-off is called in the neutral zone. Grabowski out to face off for, should not check that, Weiland out to face off for Chicago. Weiland with it behind. Out to the point, Masconas. Across, shot from outside. Sneaks loose, sent through the crease. Bouncing puck just wide from Masconas. And Gillespie goes to the box. So there's 45 left on the original penalty. Then there's the two matching somewhere in between, and now we have another two up on the board. So we should be 5-on-3 as we get that sorted out. Scavoto on the face-off for Washington. She'll hope to get it out against Weiland. Weiland will just pull it back to her defense. Into the near corner. Grabowski. She'll drop it behind her to Weiland. Back out to Grabowski. She's cutting onto the leg. Oh! Shot bounces out. Lenny takes it, but can't clear the zone and send up the far board. Carr with it on the far boards. She'll cut back at the end line, feet out front. Grabowski with the shot that goes off Lenny. Masconas pops it through. Weiland has it. She'll shoot it. Sticked away. Godfrey slips it in. And on the power play goal, looks like Grabowski will get the credit for that one. And it looks like we're back on 5-on-5, but there's 58 left on the clock, so flipped up out into the neutral zone by Chicago. It'll be sent down. No one's put pressure on it. Poulos with a shot. Held on to. A little over 13 and a half remaining in the period. I apologize if you get a look at the score clock. The scoreboard, it says 1-1. Hopefully that'll get fixed. Johnson in the corner with it. Byram was there. Byram went down. Johnson went down. Puck still underneath people. Sarich. Byram, Devine, Johnson. Now it's poked free. Byram comes with it. She'll take it out of the zone and headman's up to Rowan, but it's taken there by Ridge. Ridge will turn it back. Rowan was on her back. kept in by Sarich at the point. That came out and flipped back in. So Washington has to tag up. Chicago's taking too much time on the breakout, especially on the tag up. Missed the opportunity. Slides off of Carfagnini's stick. She'll pick it up off the board. She's got Tingley going along for the ride. Backhand there by Weiland. Went wide. Sent back to the point. Weiland back to Simon. Bounces free. Langback almost got a swipe at it. Simon tucks it back in. It's picked up behind by McCoo. She'll take it around, tries to slip it out front, goes off the back of the net. Picked up there by Craven. She'll slide it along the boards, but it's tapped back in. Weiland setters, tries to hit McCoo. We're back along as McCoo hits it, skips over Carstick. She'll pick it up right outside. Brought back in by Logan Yamaguchi. She and Rakowski go down. Weiland off the post, off the far post. Shot from the point, bounces in front. Weiland, now the shot there from Rakowski goes wide. Simon dumps it back along. Picked up behind by Tingley. She's ridden off by Weiland. Weiland will take it past Godfrey. Puts it on net. It's right out front. The shot. Toth sprawls. No goal there. No opportunity. Puck pinned to the wall. Godfrey takes a hit from Craven. No call there. Addie Carr passes it through the blue ice. Simon around behind. Yamaguchi throws it off the boards, trying to get it out, but it's kept in at the point. Thrown into the far corner. Picked up by Tingley. She'll put Godfrey off it. Kept in at the point. Gets through Craven. Back to the point. Pass to Godfrey. Puck trickles into the corner. Godfrey will take it back through Kerber's legs. On the wraparound, Grabowski's knocked down. Puck loose in front. One swipe at it wasn't good enough. Carr across. Simon with it. She'll shoot from outside. Goes off Yamaguchi. Dowhood throws it out. Hits the referee. Addie Carr picks it up behind. She's got Dowhood on her. Then the board along. She's being moved along by Madison Cody. Taken in by Godfrey. Kept outside by Scavoto. Popped into the near corner here. Devine with it. She'll bounce it off the boards. Mosconis. Shots high. Millens with the backhand. Out front. Grabowski with an opportunity. Back out front. Mosconis, the bouncing puck out front. Can somebody tuck it? No. Thrown out front. Mahler throws it forward to McLaughlin. McLaughlin has it taken away right at the blue line. Chicago comes back strong. Millens, she'll take the backhand off the arm of the goaltender. Mosconis. Millens goes behind. Finally a whistle as it's covered up by Allison Toth. Got about 8 minutes on the clock. That was the last 3 minutes there were just non-stop pressure from the Chicago Young Americans. Weiland facing off with Solis. Scavoto throws it out to the point. Slapped on there. Bounces out, hits the goaltender in the leg. Weiland, she'll change direction with it. In the corner is Scavoto. Nora pulls it back. And Anya Weiland sends it to Johnson. Johnson up to the point. Fired in from the point. To the far wall. Overskated by Carfagnini. Allows Solis to break it out at least momentarily. Comes back in. Scavoto misses on the backhand. Flip through and off the near wall. Back to Simon. She'll take it around behind. Allison Lenny on her. Lenny loses traction out front. Nice opportunity there. As once again we take a break to work on the posts.
The nets in this building are not very
Well, for players' safety, they move easily, so that's.
I mean, it's one thing to have breakaway nets, it's another to have these nets.
Well, looks like we're ready to have a face-off, as the net seems to be in place, as are the players. Under 7 minutes left on the clock for period 2. As Chicago enjoys the 2-goal lead. Byram has it knocked off her stick. And now we start to break out as it. Shot right on, held on to. Solis facing Devine on the face-off. Devine with it, she'll flip it towards center. Dropped down by Grabowski, but it's taken by Solis. Across to Langbacker. Langbacker gains the zone. Has the puck stripped away. Thrown around to the far ball. Ridge will take it behind her own net. She'll flip it forward. No. Too weak and goes on to Langbacker's stick. Flipped on through. Grabowski chasing. Gillespie turns it out. Up to Craven. Godfrey gains the zone with it. She's kept to the perimeter by Yamaguchi. Penalty coming up. Two minutes on Yamaguchi from Logan Yamaguchi for the trip. Yakoski thrown out by Moeller and down. Ridge back to pick it up for Chicago. McCoo with it. She'll skate around behind as she's pushed off by Scavoto. Rakoski behind, she'll peel it off the wall. Hit McCoo on the give and go. Right out far, McCoo gets a shot off of Simons. But loose opportunity there. Kicked up and now out by Moeller. One minute remaining on the power play for Chicago. Breakaway from McLaughlin. She gets tripped out in front. No goal, but she will be called for that penalty. Trip on the goaltender. Some discussion as to the vantage point on that call. Either way, we're down to 4-on-4 for the next 44 seconds, and then Washington will have the advantage. I think Washington's taking a timeout, but I'm not sure whether they're just taking timeout to figure out the penalty. So looks like we've got 3:50 something on the clock. 42 left on the Yamaguchi penalty. As we're out there 4-on-4. Sent down. We're all even, so that'll be icing. And the puck face-off will come back in the Chicago zone. Byram has her stick lifted by Kerber, but Byram maintained possession for a while. Puck now tied up. Springs free as Byram centers it out front. Dahoud takes the opportunity there. Save was made by Hurdle. Pass to Byram. She was way outside, but got tripped up by Weiland. She'll go down. So with 2:50 some on the clock remaining. It's a potential 1 minute 5-on-3 and a 1 minute 5-on-4 here. Opportunity for Washington to even things a little. Pops out through the neutral zone. Taken by Gillespie. Thrown right back out and down. Now the face-off outside on the offside call. Straight across and in. The hoop with the shot. As the triangle defense down to 30 seconds on that 5-on-3 situation. Byram in the corner, she'll turn with it. Throw it out front. Far side, near side. Far side. Top of the face-off circle. It bounces back out. Byram shot. Through. Second shot at it. See if Chicago can get a stick on it. They can. First penalty has expired. We're down to 45 on the 5-on-4 and 1:30 some on the clock for the period. At the end of this period, we'll take a break while we resurface the ice and be back for period 3. Taken away by Devine. Devine throws it down, length of the ice. It goes coast to coast, and back comes Gillespie to pick it up. Gillespie to Langbacker. Langbacker peeks through one. Kerber lifts her stick, and it's sent back in with 7 remaining on the power play. Kerber tries to strip it from Muller, and we're back to even strength at 5. Kerber got decked on that one. Pass across to Langbacker again. Langbacker goes wide. The shot goes to the far boards for under 30. Centering pass backhanded in by Craven and swallowed up there by Jill Hurdle as we approach 15 seconds. Chicago takes it behind. Down to 10 on the clock. And that'll do it for period 2. At the end of 2 periods of play, the Chicago Young Americans lead the Washington Pride by a score of 2-0 on goals by Weiland and Grabowski. We'll take a short break while we resurface the ice and be back for period 3. And we're back here for period 3 action from New England Sports Center at Marlboro, where Chicago Young Americans are leading the Washington Pride by a score of 2-0. Ridge flips it out to the neutral zone. McCoo slides along. She'll try to pick it up behind, and she will. Turn around and fires on off the chest of Allison Toth. Back into the near corner. McCool will pick it up in the corner. She'll lose her footing. Still manages to throw it towards the net. Byram has it on her stick for Washington. She'll turn back. Has it taken away there behind the net. Possession stays with Chicago. Gillespie goes down. McCoo off Rakoski's stick and back. Ridge is chasing, but Ralph gets to it. Well, nobody to pass to as Washington's in the midst of a change. That's Konis along the near wall. She'll slide it back around off the official. Now kept in by Washington. Flipped across behind Rakoski. On the far wall, Ridge backhands it out. McCoo heads for the net. The shot off the chest of the goaltender. McCoo is going to go sit for 2 for that little extra shove she got, and a little activity thereafter. So McCoo will sit for 2. It looks like she may have a misconduct as well, as the door is still open, waiting for somebody from the bench to come on board. And Claire O'Shaughnessy steps in. And we haven't seen anything put up on the board yet, so we're still waiting. But we're ready for the puck drop, and nothing's up on the board, so we're 5-on-5. Check that, yeah, 5-on-4. But nothing is on the board, so we'll fill you in as we're filled in. Nope, that's 5-on-5. Angle here, we can't see the near boards at the other end of the ice. Taken by Grabowski, she's got Devine with her. Shot out the rebound shot by Devine. Both were blocked successfully by Toth. And we get a whistle for the face-off. Kerber will face off with Solis. Pulled back by Solis. Behind is Ralph. She'll sends it up the far boards, but it's sent back in. Dumped in by Allison Lenny. Back to pick it up on the end boards is Mascota. She'll send it around to Simon, now up to Riley Nelson, who send it down to the end boards. Solis picks it up. She'll skate it out to the neutral zone, passed on. And Moscalis picks it off. Across to Addie Carr. Her pass got picked off by Ralph. Carr slaps at Ralph. Ralph behind. Carr keeps her on the perimeter. Shot off Johnson. She'll break out with it. Almost gets stripped down. Here comes Washington. Pass through, however, taken by number 7, Ella Ridge. She'll drop it for Simon. Simon back to Ridge up on the near side. Ridge off the glass and back into the corner. We'll try on this side. Simon does the diagonal pass through the legs of Johnson and comes right down on net. Tingley will grab it for Washington, bring it back along the far wall. She'll cut towards center as she approaches the blue line. Shot in off the glove of Jill Hurdle into the corner. Simon pinned Gahoot while Ridge took the puck. Linebacker throws it on the stick of Simon. Lukoski with it. She'll send it down and try to beat Sarich to it as it arrives at the other end of the ice. Carr picks it up just inside her blue line. She'll turn and feed it forward. Lukoski along the far boards. Centering pass and in off the... Can't get the number. We'll have it for you shortly. Nice centering pass there by Lukoski. And Devine. Not sure who actually got the credit on that one. Either way, extends Chicago's lead to 3 with just about 11 minutes remaining on the clock. Back to pick it up with Scavoto. Pass came up to Moeller. She'll have it stripped off her stick. And Chicago brings it back. Now O'Shaughnessy picks it up off the end wall. Drops it back right onto the stick of McLaughlin. Bouncing pass. Hurl will cover it up. And we'll have the face off to Hurdle's left. Kerber and Muller on the face-off. Grabowski sends it out. Trickles down. Shula catches it at the end line. Chicago comes out with it. Centering pass. And shot back on the end wall. Scoto behind was her legs, and Schuler around behind to McLaughlin. Heading down too far. It's going to go side, and that'll be icing. As we're under 10 minutes remaining in the game. As Chicago leads Washington by a score of 3-0. Simon across to Mascon, so shot goes wide. Scramble for the puck. Simon takes it. She'll just send it to the far boards. Millens will pick it up at the boards. She'll feed it ahead to Riley Nelson. Back to the point. Moscona shot goes off of Voss. Puck loose right out in front. Thrown into the corner. Simon back to pick it up for Chicago. Slips under her legs. Vivi Rowan on her. Rowan slides it along. Ralph picks it up on the boards. Now it's flipped towards middle of the ice as Simon sends it down towards the Washington end. Byron will take it. Shot gloved. Thrown to the far wall. Byron again out front. Taken by Devine. She'll feed it to Carfagnini on the near wall. She'll gain some speed. It has it knocked off her stick. Now she's picked it back up again. Around behind. Thrown towards center. Under 7 to go here. John picks it up on the far corner. Slides off her stick, but picked up by Ralph. She'll have it stripped by Addie Carr and turned back. Washington having trouble finding a passing lane as Rakowski picks it up from Tingley. Rakowski takes it off Schuler, puts it on net. It's loose out front. The stuffing attempt not going anywhere. Rikoski's shot dings off the pipe. Bouncing puck there. Out comes Washington on the far side. Gets pinched off there. Number 16, O'Shaughnessy. Icing call, and we'll have the face-off. Back down in the Chicago zone with under 6 remaining on the clock. Okay, we'll face off with Weiland. Puck loose, Weiland will take care of it. She'll zip it out through the neutral zone. She's got Gillespie with her trying to keep her wide. She manages to put the puck through all the way to the far boards. Yamaguchi has it pinned in the corner, springs free, and Washington takes it for a bit, comes back to the Chicago blue line where Ridge puts it across to Addie Carr. Slipped up past McCoo. McCoo kicks it forward. Now Rikoski. Trouble into the corner. Yamaguchi in the corner. Puck out front. McCoo takes the shot. The save. Onto a Washington stick. Now centered out by Chicago. Takeaway there. She was cut off as Ridge came back to cut off Cody as she reached for the puck. That's offsides as McLaughlin was in just a step ahead. And the line picks it up. She'll send it to the far point. Polis can't hold on to it. Back behind to Simon. It goes off Millen's shoulder. Simon recovers it. She'll take it back down the run. That set up for the breakout for Chicago. Devine ahead. Now it's picked up. Trickles towards the net. Now on briefly on a Washington stick, but taken away by Devine. Masconis through. It's taken away there by Devine. Back to Masconis. Diagonal. Millen's racing to pick it up, but she's beaten there by Schuler. Shot from out high, covered up. We're under 3 minutes to go, with Chicago leading by 3. O'Shaughnessy sends it back in for Chicago. Travels around behind, turn back the other way, onto a Washington stick. As they try to break out, gain some momentum, they winds up with two young Americans on them. In from the point, up ridge. Shot by Voss, went wide. He couldn't turn fast enough. Shaughnessy behind. Ridge. Out to Godfrey. Godfrey stays wide. Backs in. Sent it out front. Shaughnessy's shot deflected into the corner. Under 2 minutes. Carr with it. Feeds Johnson at the blue line. Throw it across, backhand in. 1:22 on the clock. Pass too far for Carr, she'll pick it up. Weiler takes it, she'll flip it forward to Johnson. Under a minute to go. Final minute of play here. Poked away by Mosconis. Ralph kept on the periphery. She'll drop it back to Craven. Kept it at the point. Mosconis with it. She'll move it out. Cross as Carr streaks down. Carr shot wide. Under 20 seconds to go. And that'll do it here on Rink 5 as the Chicago Young Americans defeat the Washington Pride by a score of 3-0. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for watching. On behalf of the Junior Women's Hockey League, I'm Jerry Viekman. See you at the rink.